You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's WWE Monday Night Raw After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's WWE Monday Night Raw After Show.
Ooh, Chavo.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Let's just get into this for a couple seconds. You know?
How could you not?
I can't dance, but I'm into it. You know it was a take-home Raw tonight, so you know we had to have a huge show to follow up the pre-show to Royal Rumble this weekend. Johnny Loquasto here. Let's get to everyone on the show, because this is going to be incredible. Across from me, he's back being Vest for Business, Dale Rutledge.
Yes, indeed. How's it going?
Looking good, buddy. Now, I see your brand new green action is back on top of your dome. And somehow, Cathy Kelley managed to color coordinate.
Oh my gosh.
You guys are just on fire right now.
Yeah.
Cathy Kelley, everybody, what's up?
Hey, I was wondering when I get to raid the closet of vests.
Oh, yeah. I think you and
We were
Thea
talking
should come
about that
over
last week.
and do a little closet rating.
Hell yeah.
We can schedule that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm with that.
I think we have a new YouTube video. On the couch, two of just a classic pair of guests right now. Starting first, she was here last week and everyone loved her so much. We're like, you know what? If you're still in town, please come back.
Hell yeah.
Check her out at Thea Trinidad, TMT. New movie, Army of the Damned, in stores everywhere right now. And of course, you may know her from her time in TNA as Rosita. Thea Trinidad. Everybody. And the gentleman to her right. Is it? I can't tell right. Yeah, it is her right.
Yeah.
Gentleman to her right.
Her right, your left.
I don't have enough time to give all his credentials, but this man, 20 years in the business. Let's just do a couple of them. 5-time World Tag Champion, 6-time Cruiserweight Champion, former ECW Heavyweight Champion, from one of the most beloved and incredible wrestling families in history, Chavo Guerrero!
Viva la raza, son!
Ooh, Chavo.
I tried the art roll. That's as good as it gets for me.
How many times
Guerrero.
Royal Rumble entrant?
Probably 10-time no-win entrant. I entered 10 times, I got thrown out 10 times.
Now, was there one Rumble that stood out the most for you that you enjoyed the most, maybe?
You know what? Those are kind of hard because there's so many people in there. You can't really do a lot because you fall down, somebody else is going to fall on top of you. So you have to be really careful. I mean, there's so many different injuries just from just running around in there. You know, so many different people. So when it starts getting down to about 5, 8 people, that's when they get fun because then you can start doing a lot more stuff, and everybody kind of watches out for each other. But when you got, there's so many different people in there at a time, so, it's tough. It's tough.
Speaking of the Rumble, 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago to the day, you wrestled your Uncle Eddie at the Royal Rumble, and I was actually there. I was actually at the Rumble in Philly.
Awesome. We love doing that. First of all, I want to say that I love this girl sitting next to me here.
Isn't she the best? She's
awesome.
incredible. She's
awesome.
adorable.
It's cool to be with her.
love
It's
you.
cool to be with her right now on this show for sure. Great to be on the show too. But thank you for having me. But yeah, you know what? I didn't know it was that long ago. You're making me feel really old. But.
I just remember because, growing up in Pennsylvania, you don't have a lot of options to go to events. And I remember it was snowing out, and I drove in the snow to Philly to go to that pay-per-view. And I remember you wrestling Eddie because that was like a huge, family feud at the time, of course.
Yeah. Was it in Philly?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, now Philly is notorious for having some very, very tough fans. I mean, just ask Donovan McNabb. I mean, really, really, really tough fans. When I knew that me and Eddie had something that we were making it is when we main evented a house show in Philly, and they were live. The fans were into it. They were going crazy. Because those are some tough fans.
And they're smart. They know their stuff.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They're going to tell you, if you suck, they're going to tell you suck. There's no like, well, he's trying. They're going to tell you, even if you're good, they're going to tell you suck. And they were into it from start to finish. And that was at the end of the night. So that's when I was kind of like, oh, I think we got something here, But Russ and my uncle was, we'd done it so many different times. We, played our whole lives in the ring. We had a ring in the backyard growing up, you know. So, yeah, you know, with us it was nothing new. It was just getting out there and fun. And I go back and look at that match now, and you know, we wanted to do so much, but you know, they said, okay, sometimes your hands are tied.
They didn't give you as much time as they should have.
Yeah.
I remember when that match finishing, I'm like, why was that not longer?
Yeah,
You know?
sometimes, you know, it depends. You have to know your role, like The Rock says, know your role. You really do, because, you know, at that point, it was go have a good match, but not too good, because we got a lot of people, really, because we got people coming up here that, you know, sometimes, not that they can't, you know, do well, but you just got to know your place in the card.
Sure.
And when we're at the later end of the show, you know, at the main event, we expect other people to do that too, and you got to know your role, because it's like a movie.
It goes up and down.
Every show is like a movie. You got to remember, you're starting off big, and you got to bring it down a little bit and have that roller coaster. And the very end of the show has got to have that main event that takes off and pow. But just like a movie, how many times have you seen a movie where the end was like, that end kind of sucked? I mean, it was great in the middle, but the end sucked.
We're talking to you, M. Night Shyamalan. Anyway.
Yeah.
Zinger.
So, no signs. I love signs. Come on.
Ooh,
That's awesome.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, you know, so you really got to... traditionally, a show, that's how you run a wrestling show, is kind of like a movie. And at the end, you know, the main event's supposed to be the best match of the night.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And Thea, you're still staying in California. How's that been?
It's been great.
Yeah.
It's sunny here, beautiful. Back home, it's like snowing 6
Yeah, it
inches.
is.
Don't go.
No, I'm not going. I'm staying right here. No, like
That's
right
right.
here, though.
Right here.
Where it's air conditioned. And we're happy
Oh, no,
about
it's a little hot over
Yeah,
here.
right here.
Yeah, that's right.
I was going to say, right air conditioning in my armpit. It's probably not the air conditioning on her shoulder. It's all sweaty.
No, it's good.
You had a photo shoot yesterday.
Yes, I did. It was a lot of fun. I shot with Ryan Ostamendi. Amazing photographer. I got some new headshots. I figure you're in California.
Yeah,
you might as well
right,
take
right.
advantage.
Yeah, for sure.
And
That's
your
right.
movie came out since you were here last week.
That's right.
Yeah.
Army of the Damned. I'm so excited. I mean, anybody who wants to pick it up, I mean, you can get it at Walmart, Target, anything on DVD, video on demand, iTunes. It's out there.
Do you have it on DVD yet?
I do.
Nice.
I actually have it at Melina's house right now. I know. I should have brought it.
I'm going to pirate it.
Viewing party.
I'm going to pirate it. I'm going to say, let me borrow that. I'm going to burn it.
It's already
People
somewhere.
do people still burn things, burn DVDs? I don't know.
No,
It's been so
no.
They
long.
watch
I
it
have no
online
idea.
for free. That's
Yeah.
great.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to stream it.
I'm pretty sure it's out there.
I'm so old school. I still burn things, and then I mention the word burning, and they're like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Yeah,
Are you
yeah, yeah,
smoking?
yeah.
I don't get what
Yeah.
Burn what? Burn what?
No idea. But we want to talk all about Chavo's new ventures later on in the show. We're gonna make you wait for that.
No, now.
Yeah. Suspense. All right.
Like, no.
Let's get to the take-home episode of Raw prior to the Royal Rumble. Starting off, we're going to go... This is how we do it, Chavo. We pretty much go... As you know, wrestling fans, they tend to be a little rabid. They
love
literally
it. I
want to
love it.
hear every single part about Raw. So
right.
we step by step, we go down Raw, we talk about it. And, of course, you, who's done pretty much everything there is, it's going to be a really good perspective, and, of course, you as well. So, first off, starting off with the Authority in the ring. They put over the Royal Rumble, of course, being able to main event WrestleMania if you win the Rumble. And that's when he tries to bring back Batista. Of course, Randy Orton's music hits. He comes down, he gets in Steph's grill, Dale Rutledge.
Who the hell do you think you are?
Who the hell do you think you are?
That's what he said. I wasn't.
No, but that's what Stephanie said.
Oh
back
yeah,
to
but
him.
then you. Yeah.
We did an improv just now. Yes, and Dale. So, but yeah, this was a really this is a good back and forth to where you didn't know which way they were going to go with it as far as, and of course they questioned him even being a champion. They said, you know, they basically threatened to fire him because he knocked out John Cena's dad last week.
Listen, this was great. Orton on the microphone tonight was. I mean, I felt like he was really into it.
He was very good on the mic tonight. I love that they said that, thankfully, John Cena's dad did not press charges. That was great. That was a great line.
Ooh.
Always happens.
He's just a stand-up guy, John Cena's
Just a
dad.
stand-up guy.
He's not going to press charges.
Dislocated jaw, but he's fine with it.
Yeah. He's
Giving
got
Orton a
Kaiser.
third
He'll be
chance.
fine.
Obamacare.
Yeah, thanks, Obamacare. I don't know. So yeah, so Dale, what do you, as far as setting? I mean, Orton was on. He was on tonight on the mic, definitely on point. And of course, then they set up the Cena cam,
Yes. We waited on that Cena can all night
He was
long.
3 hours late to work.
I know, rude.
Yeah.
Certainly, somebody needs to write him up at this point.
I want to see him get fined after the show. That's like the real Cena can.
And it was such a huge entrance. I would have loved to see like coming on as like a Zamboni.
His GoPro.
Strapped to his forehead, just coming down. But like, maybe I would have liked to see like a Zamboni or like a beer truck just come down with something. But he just came down with a brand new T-shirt. But we'll get to that.
Well, yeah, it took him a while to get those bracelets on.
Yeah. he was rocking those hard tonight. But, you know, Orton was pissed off about how they brought back Lesnar, brought back Batista. But if he went back, he wouldn't change a thing. He was glad he attacked Cena's dad, Triple H. So he said, you know, you have plenty of time to make up for yourself. Tonight you're taking on Kofi Kingston, and Cena comes, he's going to come after you. And that's when Batista's music hits.
Bam.
Which you've worked with many a time.
Love him.
He came down wearing a sweatsuit jacket that made him look like a jacked soprano.
And you forgot the skinny jeans.
And the skinny jeans.
And if you guys know Dave, he's got some massive legs. Crazy.
I was gonna say
those were some skinny.
Maybe they
jeans.
weren't skinny jeans. Maybe they're normal jeans. But they look skinny on him.
They were probably Jinkos, really. They were those wide pipe ones. But
right.
filled them up.
The stretchy jeans.
I would think someone like him.
Sometimes men have to wear stretchy pants.
He needs his own tailor, I think, is what it is.
Yeah, I had a friend that did triathlons, and she had to have her jeans tailored to her because
she was a lady and didn't have lady legs.
Yeah.
You know what? You're looking at them. I have to have sometimes.
Really?
Yeah. These are one of the only jeans that I don't have to, but usually I have to have them tailored.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have to get
Fun fact.
Right.
Those God-given thighs.
Mine have to be hemmed up.
Hemmed up.
She got those high waters that are just regular on.
Well, they'd be high waters on everybody else.
My jeans are $150 pairs of jeans. I buy them at Walmart for like $9.99 and get them tailored. After I get them tailored, they cost like
Oh my
God.
Do you have a tailor that you call regularly?
Yeah, I call him.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's called my wife. I say, babe, fix these.
Here's the check.
Yeah. Here's the credit card. Hope it doesn't bounce. Boing, boing.
No, I know you and Batista are very good friends. I mean, he's been gone for almost 4 years.
Yeah.
The guy still looks incredible. I don't know his exact age, but I know he's not a spring chicken at this point.
Yeah, he's 85.
Yeah, he looks great.
To the day.
You know what? He was at my house not too long ago, and we were kind of joking because he looks like he's shrink wrapped. He looks like he's such in good shape. He's like his skin is like, I mean, it's like so thin, like crazy. Like guy's in crazy shape.
Like paper.
Yeah. He looks like shrink wrap.
He's a porcelain doll.
Yeah.
We were talking about like for photo shoots, like how you have to not drink water, but he looks like that all the time.
He just, he's like a genetic freak. He really is. You know, you could work out as much as you want and never look like him. I mean, I don't. I work out a lot.
I'm on my way. It's just a couple more sessions of the gym. I think I'm
Dale,
right
I told you to get the water pills. All right.
I have some.
Dale, in 2 years, you can take the before picture.
Yes.
I'm playing.
Ooh, where's that?
I'm playing.
Where's that Chavo on that one?
Come on.
Ooh, Chavo.
There's not enough.
There was like an afterword that started with a D and ended with a K.
We need more. Were you surprised to see Batista come back?
No, I knew. He told me. I knew he was going to come.
I mean, not specifically, ahead of time. Like, I didn't know if it was going to happen just because 4 years was quite a long time. I know he did kind of get into MMA, I think.
Yeah, he had a fight.
Yeah.
But, with him, it wasn't like he wanted to go be UFC champion, and this is straight from his mouth. He goes, man, I just want to see if I can do it. And he did it, so he's a really cool guy, a great guy. He's one of those guys that, he's real soft-spoken, being how big he is, and just, like a classy guy.
And plus, I think, you as long as you've been in the business, you can relate. I mean, there's burnout involved, I imagine.
Oh, for sure. You're on the road, especially with WWE. I was on the road like about 280 days a year for about 15 years. It's crazy. You're just go one city and then one city to the next, just bam, 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 and you just forget that. You think that's just the way life is,
right?
And then you get some time off, or you get injured, and then you're like, oh my God, this is how life is. And then you go back on the road and you go crazy again.
What do you do when you have those days off?
You kind of recoup because you only get 2 days off a week.
Yeah.
Really. So you just recoup, and it depends. If you're a single guy, you got to do laundry and pay bills and stuff. But if you're married, you sit on the couch. Mm-hmm. Really, I would.
You don't have laundry anymore when you're married?
I'd have laundry, but it magically gets done. It's awesome. It's magic.
Magically by the magical tailor that you have at home?
Yeah, exactly.
Need to get me one of those.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, Batista takes the mic and he says to Randy Orton, let me explain to you why I'm back. Simple, he wants to be the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, so deal with it.
Back with them belts. Gotta get them belts.
And he's in the Rumble this Sunday. Heavy favorite.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'd almost be surprised if he doesn't walk away with that winning Rumble.
Huh. What number do you think he'll be? I'm going 28.
28, they always talk about number 1 and number 30 having the same number of winners, but honestly, I think 28 is the magic number.
Well, they said 27 has been the...
Is it 27?
That long rundown where they...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
900 million pounds have been in the ring, whatever it was.
I think that's what it was.
How do they figure that out? Like they weigh because they don't really know our real weights. They don't really like weigh us.
It's pretty much whatever you say.
Do you lie about your weight?
They just kind of If you look at like old programs, I'm like 5'11", 215 or 220. I'm like, well,
sure.
Look, I'm huge.
It's like NBA players. Like Charles Barkley was listed at 6'6". He was like 6'4" and a quarter. It's like
right. Big Show's the only wrestler that lies the opposite way. He reverse lies. He says that he's lighter than he actually is.
Really?
Yeah. There was a time. Well, maybe not right now, but there was a time when he was legitimately like 5'30" or 5'4". Wow. He was huge, and he would say that he's like 5'15". I'm like, well, why do you go the other way? He goes, 'cause I'm fat. I said, okay,
because the camera adds 10 pounds. Chavo.
Yeah, right. It's like okay, I get it.
They had
what an athlete though.
Him
Jeez.
on
for sure.
A scale for New Year's, and they said it was 450, right?
Oh, that's good. Then he's trimmed down.
I don't know if that was actually him on the scale.
It's amazing.
Scale.
It's incredible what he can do. I mean,
there's Cena on the Zamboni.
Oh, nice work, Steve. He looks exhausted on the Zamboni. That's a rough ride in.
There's a lot of ice out there.
Yeah, there is. It's very cold in Ohio. I think they're in Ohio.
Yes.
I missed it. If anyone wants to tweet us and tell us where they were. Dayton, Ohio.
Nailed it.
Great city.
It looked chilly outside.
I've been there.
Oh, yeah.
It's a city.
Freezing. Good.
Cena went out there with that.
Ohio's a good state.
It is a good state.
Yeah.
Did a college there. Kids were awesome.
Yep.
They loved it. I forget where exactly. Somewhere in Dayton. but they liked it. Next we have Cody Goldust, Biggie Langston versus all three members of the Shield. As always with these six, going to be an incredible match. There was a huge flurry at the end. Big E sends Reigns out of the ring, splashes on Ambrose. Goldust does a suicide cannonball that just lands. This guy, Fountain of Youth, is just... He's skinnier now than he ever has been.
He got clean. He got clean and sober, and really, and he's been like that for a while now, and just kept himself in great shape, and just he's an awesome guy, and he's a really good wrestler. He comes from a great lineage, So
the talent was always there. Obviously.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Wow, just so fun to watch that.
Very entertaining guy, in and out of the ring. Yeah, for sure.
I would imagine he seems like he came up with a lot of the creativity when it came to Goldust.
Oh yeah,
maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, for sure. I don't think anybody could actually come up with that and dream that except for him.
So funny. Reigns eventually gets the spear on Goldie, followed by a Superman punch from Reigns on Cody. Collins does some kind of weird. I don't think we've seen him do it. Some kind of like curb stomp move.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Hot.
Looked great though.
Yeah.
Big E sold it. Perfect.
Right, how do you execute and land one of those? Because that literally, it looks so difficult. It looks like you're going face first into the mat.
Timing, you really are. It's just timing, and you're off a split second, and it either looks like crap or you drive the guy's face into the mat.
Yeah.
Legitimately, So that's one of those that it just timing. And that was a great execution tonight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It looked really good because when it looks terrifying, that's when you're like, wow, they.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because sometimes the ones that look like they kill you, they don't hurt at all, and sometimes the ones that look like crap, they like knock you out. Yeah, I've done it before to where I was like broke my eye orbit one time, and everybody's like, how did that happen? I'm like, well, the guy. Remember when he kicked me in the corner? I said, yeah, I broke my eye orbit. They didn't even look like he really touched you. I said, oh, he touched me all right.
It's a matter of milliseconds and millimeters, really.
Millisomething.
Yeah.
Millipedes. Millipedes.
Just those damn millisomethings, man. Jesus. Incredible. Rollins and the Shield with the win, and they're all in the Rumble. Actually, all six of these guys are in the Rumble, except Cody and Goldust have the pre-show.
Mm-hmm.
I was surprised to see Rollins get the pin on this.
Why?
I don't know. I just felt like Reigns has been
See,
they've been pushing him so much recently, and if anyone was gonna get a clean win over Big E, it was gonna be Reigns.
Yeah, but I was kind of thankful for that because we have had so much of Reigns. I was happy to see Rollins get a little comeuppance because I think the Rumble is going to be Reigns having that like Kane-like run inside of the Rumble.
Blame it on the rain. Blame it on the rain. Who sings it? Who sings it?
Oh, Milli Vanilli. Milli Vanilli.
Another Millie.
Yeah,
Another Millie.
Oh yeah, we all own that album except for Thea because she wasn't alive yet. But we all own that album when it came out in '89.
Why got pick on Thea?
I'm not. I'm jealous because she's young.
For now.
Incredibly jealous of that. Next, we have Daniel Bryan hitting the ring. Of course, the crowd goes nuts because it feels so good to yes again. And he says, some people say I shouldn't be the face of this company as the crowd goes nuts, which is hilarious.
Yeah, amazing.
And people want to know if he has a plan. He says, yes. Last week he became the buzzard because he chewed on the carcass of Bray Wyatt. And that's when he says, I exposed you, and this Sunday I'm going to do it again.
Do it again.
Yeah, do it again.
Even though he explained his reasonings for the past couple weeks, it seems like the storyline was written differently, and they just changed it.
Well,
are you telling me that happens?
It doesn't seem completely
things change quick? What?
Things change on the fly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, crazy.
I think we all thought that like it was going to be a couple month long thing.
But I mean, this is what we had guessed. I mean, we had said he was going to go in and take it over from the inside and be playing a mental game with them. So I mean, they did basically do what they set out to do. Whether it was this amount of time they were going to give it initially, I don't think so. But I mean, you got to
remember that they're writing a TV show, and people get hurt. It's like different than a regular TV show. These people are actually, running around and getting slammed through tables and stuff. And so if you get hurt, all the time. So that you have to work around it. And sometimes if the ratings aren't there, they're like, okay, well, we're going to go ahead and change that up. We had an idea of where we're going to go, but then it kind of splits and then it comes back. And
a specific example of that from when you were in WWE?
God, I could probably tell you 10, but here's one. Me and Eddie, when me and Eddie were first did Los Guerreros, they hated us. People absolutely hate us, which is great. We were the heels. We loved it. That's what we wanted to be. We were the heels. We cheated to win. We never won clean. It was all, they were like, hey, why don't you guys do a double frog splash? We're like, no, it's too pretty. We never won with a move. We always won by cheating, even though we could do those moves. Well, then we went to Vince McMahon and said, hey, Vince, we have this idea that we want to do. We want to do this lie, cheat, steal gimmick. And we want to do some, film some vignettes. And they're like, okay, sure.
Those were hilarious.
Yeah. Oh literally Vince goes, okay, great, no problem. We were talking about catering. Vince goes, yeah, sure, no problem. By the end of the day, Bruce Pritchard was coming up to me going, okay, this next week we're, flying Eddie out to L.A. and you already live there, so you're going to drive up. I'm like, oh, wow, that was fast. So we get on set they run out some big old house in Beverly Hills. If you saw the pool episode, that's where it was.
Oh, yeah.
And they had catering, they had trailers, they had everything for us. We're like, we just expect to do some vignettes. So, we thought it was going to be the backstage or something. And then we were looking at each other, okay, we have to nail this. So we had fun with it and had a good time. And so we went out on TV the next week. Everybody booed us, exactly the same thing. Then they played our vignettes. Or one of the vignettes, the stealing the baby bottle and that. I don't know if you remember that one. Right? Remember that one?
Yes.
So then, the very next week after they played that, we came out again, exactly the same, nothing changed, and they went from booing us to cheering us.
Right.
They totally cheered us. And me and Eddie were walking out, like expecting to be heels, and we stopped and looked at each other like, crap.
Backfired.
We're baby faces. Dang, what happened? And so that it just on the fly they had to switch it up, and we didn't change our style except we started winning with frog splashes and stuff like that. But we still cheated to win.
Yeah.
And people started liking it. It was we still cheated all the time.
It's the American way.
We did it like in a cute ways now, and people loved it. It was so that's an example right there.
That's awesome.
They had to change it up and.
And the crowd really does make a difference. I mean, Daniel Bryan's a perfect example.
Oh God, yeah, definitely.
People are just. It's been a long time since we've seen anyone get that strong of a reaction.
Yeah, it's actually good to see, especially somebody that you know, he's toiled on the indie circuit for a long time. You know, didn't make it in in TNA, and had some reservations about coming to WWE. And I mean, I told him, among other people like Steven Regal and William Regal, whatever you call him, and we were like, this is just an opportunity to make a little money, and if you hit, you can hit big. So he decided, he came on and did the NXT. He got fired.
Yep.
If you remember, they got fired legitimately.
You can't choke anyone with a tie.
Yeah, and then came, they ended up bringing him back, and the guy's talent's undeniable.
Oh yeah.
And then just good to see him be hit like you did,
Yeah, there was some YouTube clip recently, I think a couple weeks ago, that the yes chant was happening at some basketball game.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was just like
Michigan State.
Cool.
Michigan State. Yeah. So it was just. Just to see your impression on pop culture has got to be so satisfying.
I don't know. Right.
It's very rare, but it does happen. I mean, obviously, Punk a couple years ago with the whole contract thing, that got huge in pop culture. And don't forget, TMZ has had a huge play, because there's guys that work for TMZ that are huge wrestling fans.
Oh, yeah.
So they use WWE and TNA, whatever, as often as they can on TMZ.
Absolutely.
Look at Darren Young. Darren Young came out on TMZ.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And it was so matter of fact. That's the best part of it. It was so matter of fact about it, and that's why I think that's why to everyone it didn't become a big issue. They're like, all right, he is. So what? There's gay people everywhere, and it was.
It's really not an issue.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, whatever. He was still the same guy. It wasn't like we were in the showers and we were all watching out for him or anything. It was just a normal. He was the same guy. It wasn't. He never threw it in anybody's face or whatever. Just. Good for him.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have one-on-one Sunday. We have Daniel Bryan versus Bray Wyatt. Of course, Bray, classic, once again, gets on the Titantron in a dark room, maybe similar to the closet the Shield like to use. I don't know. Barely could see him. But once again, he's just terrifying with everything that he says. Tells Daniel Bryan to hug his mother and tell her you're sorry, because from now on, everything that happens is your fault, which sets up an incredible match. I don't think there's any stipulation to it. It's just going to be them two.
I think it's just straight,
tearing it up.
I love the line that Brian said, and he was like, after the yes chance, he's like, and some people say I shouldn't be the face of the company. I thought that was like the perfect throw-out line.
Today, I don't know what it was, but Bray's promo that he cut, it made me think, like, he's only been on the main roster for a few months now. Like,
but he's a second generation. Oh, he's a third generation wrestler.
He's better than guys that have been there for years.
Yeah, he's great. He was good back then when he came in as Husky Harris. He was really good worker in the ring. He had the skills. They just repackaged him.
He just found a character.
Yeah, really good.
And you could tell. It seems like he's done research on movie characters or something.
Oh yeah, he said
probably. Yeah,
and everyone has different talents. Some people are better talkers than others, and obviously you've experienced over the years. Like so many different people come through, and some people find the right thing. Like I think Daniel Bryan, when he first came in, he had a hard time speaking.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden he hit that niche to where even when he was a heel, he became so entertaining.
It all comes down to whatever you want to say. It comes down to really convincing Vince McMahon. If you convince him, if he believes in it, then he's going to run with it.
Yeah.
If he doesn't see it, it doesn't matter how good you are.
Right. And you and Eddie, like when you guys teamed up, and like you mentioned you were heels, but you guys were so funny in those vignettes. Yeah. People had no choice but to like you guys.
Right.
You have no control over it, except you put out good work and people respond to it.
Yeah, for sure. You're right.
That's all there is to it. Real quick match after this. Fandango just takes care of Xavier Woods.
What?
Thea, that was like 2 minutes.
Yeah. You blink and it was done.
It really was, which is surprising. The nice leg drop as always, which is probably going to lead to a hip replacement at some point, but he keeps doing it.
Yeah, ow.
Keeps doing it.
I would really like to see more out of Xavier Woods.
Yeah.
Like, they just, give it to him. Like, let him have it,
I was disappointed by this match, to be honest with you. I wanted to see a little more time outside of JBL's T.I. and Yellow Wolf.
Sure.
Oh my
comparison. I got to hand it to JBL. He puts work into his color. Like you could tell he finds references that he specifically. At least he does that.
He's so funny.
He's great at his job. He can talk and talk. You let him talk. He'd talk for the whole Raw.
Yeah.
That's how really good he is in entertainment. You see him on Fox News or financial show, whatever he's doing. The guy's he's a very smart guy.
He's astute.
He can rap. He's got that gift.
Yeah, he says some really funny. I remember like months ago, the one time Daniel Bryan came out, he goes, "Here's the next cruiserweight champion." There is no cruiserweight champion, but like just like as a stab,
a little jab.
You know, he's really very clever and very funny. But I see your point. But I think it's kind of cool that Fandango, he's a good wrestler, and it seems like he's starting to win legitimately.
Yeah, I'm just a big Xavier Woods fan, so
of course.
I'm going to be disappointed by any short showing from him. But that said, he's in his first Royal Rumble this year, so that alone is pretty awesome.
He's going to do something maybe on the line like Kofi did, something crazy,
some kind of cool, outlandish thing.
Yeah, maybe not a Kofi handstand, but that's
I don't know. Yeah, I wonder what Kofi will pull out this year. I'm very interested.
Kofi's a talented guy.
Oh, yeah.
Just an athlete among athletes, you know, and he's like one of those John Morrison kind of guys that just can pull out these crazy things. But just if you've been in the ring with the guy just really, really good. Really good.
One of the most athletic people out there for sure.
Great bumper, too.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah, he's great.
Now, with your size, Thea, I mean, you kind of have to know how to bump a lot, I would imagine, because you're constantly going up against someone bigger than you.
Yes.
Especially when you're up against, like, I don't know, and you're in the ring with someone like, you know, whether it's Kong or, you know, everyone else that you've been with. Is that a frightening thing to learn? You're like, all right, I'm going to be getting thrown around a lot.
Actually, no. I was so eager when I first started. I was like, show me anything, I want to learn it. I don't care what it is, it's going to hurt. I just want to learn, you know, the right way. Especially with bumping, I was like, I want to learn every which way to bump so that no matter what is thrown at me, I know how to take care of myself. And when I was training with Amazing Red, he's like, all right, we're going to do like just regular bumps, medium bumps, and then high. We're going to come off the top rope. We're going to do every kind of which move. So I took everything. I was taking back body drops, like everything you can think of. So,
wow.
Yeah.
I was going to say, when you're taking bumps off the top rope, I mean, that's got to be a lot of work to perfect that, I would imagine.
Yes. Especially when it came to even my moonsault, something that I had to learn how to just land on the mat itself. No crash pad, no person, like nothing there.
You have to take that fear completely out of it, because it hurts. You bump it, it really hurts, especially when you're getting, you know, bumped by Awesome Kong. Yeah, but you have to take that fear completely out, and if you don't, if you're scared of it, you're going to get hurt.
Exactly.
I mean, you're going to get hurt no matter what, but you're scared you can get hurt even worse.
I imagine that's you know, why so few people actually do make it to the level you guys have, just because in the training, I think within a couple days, you're like, all right, you know, I don't think this is for me.
Well,
yes.
for sure.
They make you hate it so that you can learn to love it if you're worth it or not.
Speaking of Awesome Kong, have y'all seen Kia lately? She's looking good.
Oh,
really?
She lost some weight.
Pictures, but yeah.
Oh yeah, just off of Twitter, but
I did not. That's good.
Girl look good.
Yeah, she looks good. She always looked good.
I mean, yeah, but like,
I mean, girl, you're doing it.
I wonder if she's gonna come back. I mean, they did have her briefly, but then of course she had, you know, got pregnant and everything.
She's like one of 3 women to appear in the Royal Rumble. I mean, they obviously liked her when she was there. She's had a really short stint because.
And when she came out and actually was honest, I thought that was very hard. I thought it was a great moment, you know, for her. And it would be nice to see her back.
I would love to see her back. She was so different from anybody else that they had there.
Yeah.
So I hope they throw her back in there. That'd be great.
Yeah. We want you to get in there. That's what we want.
That's what I want too.
You are needed.
What petition I got to sign?
That's right.
WWE, make it happen.
Xavier Woods need to start another petition.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did do one.
And we can give it to the director of operations, Kane. There's a segment. There's a segue for you.
Nice.
Backstage with Brad Maddox. Steph interrupts them and excuses Brad out of the room. She scolds Kane for chokeslamming CM Punk. Says, look, you're management now. You can't put your hands on a superstar. You go out and apologize to CM Punk, which he does. He hits the ring. Punk comes down. And obviously, Punk gets a little bit of a jab at him, and Kane's pissed off about it, but he says, I'm sorry. Then, of course, Punk beats him up to a certain extent, throws him out of the ring. Maddox comes down and sets up a match for Punk versus Billy Gunn. Probably Billy Gunn's first solo match in quite some time.
Oh, gotta be.
Yeah.
He looked great, though.
Billy's a huge dude. If you know Billy, he's huge. The guy's crazy big, and he's another incredible athlete, just really fast, good at everything he does. And what people don't really know is that he was a bull rider. Yeah, he's a bull rider. He was a bull rider for a long time. Yeah,
and he never wore chaps to the ring? Come on.
Right. Well, yeah, he did. Remember, he was a Smoking Guns.
Oh my God, that's right.
That's right.
He totally didn't look. He doesn't look like it anymore. But wow.
The Smoking Guns, Billy Gunn, and if you shake his hand, he's got that grip, like.
The man grip.
Just whoa.
You shake his hand.
Massive. He's huge.
Yeah, and I have these little hands.
Right. Yeah, bigger.
Got lost.
So, they did.
He shakes your hand. You're like this. Thank you, Billy. I appreciate that.
Well, no, it was funny because I was I remember staying in the hallway, and I was trying to just get out of their way. It was when he was walking down, he stopped and looked at me, and he was like, "Hey, don't I know you?" And I was like, "Yeah, we met." I'm looking up at him like, "Yeah, we met like long time ago."
Who's that?
Billy.
Billy?
Yeah, we met a long time ago. He's like, "Oh, hey, how are you?" And I was like, "Oh my god, hi."
What am I supposed to do with that? Sign it? What is this?
Catcher's mitt? What's that?
Yeah, no, but he looked awesome tonight. I mean, just from his in-ring performance to his body, he looked great.
No.
And of course, the Road Dogg on commentary can't ask for much more than that.
That whole family, the whole Armstrong family, they're one of the most entertaining families out there. Every one of them is just bam, 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 good. And I mean, Brad Armstrong, God rest his soul, he was another one of those guys that he's just so on at all times. I mean, I've seen him dance on the bar in Japan many times. Doing the James Brown. Oh yeah, doing the James Brown. Oh,
with the Sabera steakhouse jacket or whatever.
The Ribera.
Ribera. That's right, Ribera.
That was the. Even as a kid growing up, I used to see my dad come home with Ribera jackets and stuff. So when I finally got my first one, I was like, "Oh, this is great!" And they're kind of cheap jackets. They give them to you, they give them to the wrestlers. So they're kind of cheap, thin jackets, So at one time, I think I had like 10 in my closet. My wife's like, "Okay, what are you gonna do with these jackets? Get rid of them. They're horrible. Get rid of them." I'm like, "But babe, you don't understand." She's like, I do understand. They're horrible. Get rid of them." So I got rid of all of them except for one.
You didn't throw them out, right?
I kept one. Yeah, I threw them out. I think I'd donate them to Goodwill. Or
oh, well, that's a nice. Oh my God, that would have been the best Goodwill trip ever.
Yeah, you're gonna see some guy, on Sunset, some homeless guy with my old Zubas on.
Oh my gosh.
And then like some Ribera jacket and like a fanny pack. You're like, that dude used to be a wrestler somewhere.
Exactly.
I can see it. High techs.
He's walking to Gold's right now.
Yeah, he's got high techs and some Hulk Hogan's bandana.
It's the first time I wished I was homeless.
Yeah. Man, I'd be a wrestler somewhere.
That would be awesome. Yeah. Of course, CM Punk with a solid dive over the announcer's table, taking out Road Dogg, eventually hitting the GTS for the win. And perfect Punk match. I mean,
I like this whole segment actually. I thought it was cool with Kane coming out to apologize, and even
after the match too.
Even Punk coming out and saying, "Apparently it's apology time." That was like so clever, so easy, but just such a clever thing for him to do.
I still don't get Kane's lighting now that he is the new and improved Kane 2.0. The red lights in the ring when he was there.
I am curious to see where they go with. I mean, this felt like a setup for a Kane Punk.
Oh yeah, completely.
Program for sure, but I don't know if that's a thing that's on the plate for them. But I would like to see what they do. We were talking about it a little bit during the show. Like, I'm sure he keeps the mask off still, but I'd like to see exactly where they go with Kane at this point.
Well, he did come out and say that we now know who the #1 entrant in the Royal Rumble this Sunday is, and that is Dale.
Oh, yes, it is Mr. CM Punk. Kane said it with a big old smile, too. Like, oh, just a little news for you, Punk.
Yeah. He's like, you're going to be wrestling for at least an hour on Sunday. Because he's going to be in the Final Four, so he's going to be out there for quite some time.
Oh, yeah.
Which, I mean, hey, if you're going to start off #1, who better?
Has Punk won it before? I don't think he has he? No.
I don't believe so.
You know what? I would like to see that feud. I've been in the ring with both those guys. Had programs with both those guys and beaten both those guys. Had to throw that. But those guys are just both awesome workers, but just great to be in the ring with. And I can see the chemistry with those guys going to be really good. So I hope to see it.
Kane's another guy who doesn't seem to. I don't think people realize he doesn't seem to age either. The guy's he's always good. He's very underrated as a character and as even as an actor. I think he's incredibly underrated.
Very, very smart guy too. Very political guy off the scene. He has his own blogs out there and stuff.
I've seen him on maybe not CNN, but like those type of shows.
Yeah, I know he really knows his stuff. I mean, I asked him one time back in the day, and he predicted kind of the recession, if you want to call it.
Interesting.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I was talking to him. I said, what's going on? How come? Why should we buy gold right now? And he was explaining it to me why and stuff. And he said, we're in for a recession coming up here. And I was like, well, really? And everybody was refining their house and spending all this money.
So we're talking about 10 years ago, like mid-2000s?
Yeah.
The interest-only loans that were just, everyone went broke
sure.
after that.
And he was like, man, something's going to happen. And sure enough, bam. I should have listened. Damn it.
And I remember at that time.
I should have said jerk store.
I remember at that time, I just moved to California, and everyone I knew was like, well, you got to buy a house now. Now's the time. I'm like, everything's so expensive. Like, interest only, bro. I'm like, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly, right.
And so many people that were real estate people just went almost to jail for being so, you know.
And you know what? I know 3 or 4 personally, the real estate people that lost their house.
Yeah.
Now, if they're losing their house and they're giving me advice, probably not very smart.
Exactly.
Right. Well, going back to Kane, I love the match that Kane and Orton had 2 years ago in Miami WrestleMania. Did Kane have a match last year at WrestleMania? Do you guys remember?
I don't know.
It's not popping to mind. Anyway, I hope he gets a good spot on WrestleMania this year. I love having Kane there.
Absolutely. Next, we had an amazing video tribute to Mae Young. I know you both.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's. I know you have a great Mae Young story.
Mae Young is, you know, friend of the family for years and years and years. But my grandfather, straight from his mouth, you know, telling my family stuff, that she was one of the toughest women out there. I mean, not just like among other women, but
right.
You know, if she'd be in a bar, I mean, she had a forearm tattoo before, you know, people like, you know, sleeves and stuff. You know, she had a forearm tattoo when guys didn't have forearm tattoos. When Marines would look at her like, what the heck? Navy guys, yeah. And, you know, so somebody would look at her wrong in the bar, and she would just knock out a guy. Bam, and knock him out. And
That's awesome.
she was tougher than most men, for real.
Yeah, she could actually out wrestle them, and you know.
Yeah, for in and out of the ring, tougher than most men. And if you saw it, you know, when, you know, Bubba Dudley put her through that off the stage. We're talking about that on that video, and powerbombed her off the stage through a table. And she's like an 82-year-old woman at the time or something. I don't know exactly, but you know, or up there.
Yeah, yeah, that was pretty awesome.
And she had no fear, right? She was
no
like,
fear.
You better.
She said she'd tell the other guys, like, hey, and women, if you're going to be in the ring with me, you better hit me and hit me hard. And this is like, as an older lady, don't take it easy on me. She told Umaga one time, you know, he gave her the that Samoan slam or whatever, you know, and said, slam me hard, slam me right.
Wow.
And this is bam.
And I know you got to meet her as well, Thea.
I did. I got to meet her last year, and it was March of last year. And she was just so sweet and so full of life. It was such an honor to meet her. Such an honor.
She seemed like the kind of person that literally enjoyed every second of living.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird because, like, throughout the day, she was smiling the whole time.
Right.
You know, I didn't see her once, like, upset or doing whatever. She was just smiling the whole time. Like, hey, guys, how are you? You know, she was so cool. So,
wow.
Beautiful spirit.
Well, rest in peace to her. And obviously, she'll be watching the WrestleMania Hall of Fame this year and everything. And she's going to be looking down on everyone. Next, moving on to 2 very good friends of yours, Chavo. Rey Mysterio versus Alberto Del Rio.
These are my boys.
Always tearing it up. This time, ADR gets the upper hand with the cross-arm breaker for the win. You mentioned that. You've probably wrestled Rey possibly 1,000 times.
Yes.
And ADR at least 100 times.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's good to see those guys in the ring. Great chemistry, you know, but just both very, very good wrestlers. Very cool, you know, like I said, they're my friends, my boys, you know, so it's good to see them in the ring. But, you know, just those guys can tear it down anywhere. You know, they have great chemistry. They got the Lucha Libre style, but they've hybrided it with American style, and they got the Japanese style too. So those guys work well with anybody and with each other for sure.
Absolutely. And now, have you worked with Rey at all? Not really so much.
I've never worked with him, no. I'm friends with him, but I've never actually gotten into the ring with him, no. Not yet.
Well, they are both in the Rumble, right? I believe they both. I know ADR.
Yes,
Yeah, they're both in the Rumble. So you know they're going to end up. ADR. He's got a couple enemies in the Rumble now because Batista came down. His music hit. ADR tries to attack. Batista spinebuster. Batista bomb. Bam, setting it up for the Rumble. It makes you wonder if they're going to be, you know, with Rey involved. It's going to be very interesting on Sunday.
My money is not on ADR in the Rumble, I can tell you that. He made too many enemies. I do want to say that springboard moonsault that Rey did tonight.
Whoa.
Booyaka. That was just killing it. We haven't seen some stuff like that from him.
There is only one Rey Mysterio. And I've heard it a million times when people say, hey, oh, this guy's as good as Rey. This guy's as good as Rey. There's one.
What do you think of Unico?
He's great. He's absolutely very, very good. But there's only one Rey Mysterio.
Yeah,
totally different. If Rey Mysterio was an inch taller, he wouldn't have been Rey Mysterio. Everything, the stars were in alignment with this guy. People don't realize how hard it is to sell on TV with a mask on. You can't really see your face, and this guy just pulls it off. he's unique. There's just one.
And for what I
One
understand,
guy.
one of the most genuine people.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, that's like my brother, man, for real.
That's awesome. And it was nice to see him come back, and it's good to see him healthy because I know he's had a long injury history.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. He's had what 4 knee surgeries,
gonna say,
5 knee surgeries.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
up to 5
maybe
now,
more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To still
He's-
come back with the speed he has is very
yeah,
impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
definitely my inspiration
Totally.
coming up.
I would imagine your style's
Yeah.
kind of similar to his. I mean,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I trained with Amazing Red, and Amazing Red was a huge Rey Mysterio fan as well. And they're friends; they talk every now and then. But his biggest dream was to have a match with Rey Mysterio, something that he's run by Eddie Guerrero actually. And it was just, I don't know, I would love to see them in the ring together. My trainer and my inspiration. I mean, that'd be awesome. So, who knows?
anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
No doubt about that. Next up, Big Show comes down to the ring. Does a solid Paul Heyman impression, Dale.
If by that you mean
solid.
whiny and a little
That was really
disconcerting.
annoying, actually.
Exactly like Paul Heyman. In and out of the ring.
So there you go.
All right.
No hard feelings.
No.
None
But
whatsoever.
if you know him, he's a unique character too. I mean, in and out of the ring for sure.
Yeah.
There's only one Paul Heyman.
He's
Yeah.
a genius, that man.
yeah. He's
Now, that's one guy I imagine writes everything he says.
another guy that will talk. If you give him the mic and just say, just go for
Right.
it. We need to kill an hour of airtime. He'll just.
He'll find a way.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's
Actually,
just talk for sure.
I met-
He's actually helped me out a few different times on
Oh.
promos for sure. It has a lot of good insight. Yeah.
I actually met him at a party one time at Comic-Con, and he killed about an hour of mine as well.
Yeah.
Oh, get out. It's
And kill
great.
about a year of your life. You're now going to die thanks to Paul Heyman 1 year earlier.
That must have been a great conversation, though.
Oh, it was interesting. I can say that.
Okay.
That's all I can say, Johnny. I signed a lot of paperwork.
You'll have to go on our app for more information. We don't have an app.
We almost have an app.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in the works.
Good to know.
And it works.
Good to know. We'll teach you how to download it 93 times in a row when we get that app. So, yeah, Big Show calls out Brock Lesnar. Lesnar comes out with Heyman. They do a tease. They leave. They come back. Finally gets in the ring. Lesnar tries to attack. Big Show takes care of him, dumps him out of the ring once more. Heyman decides to just tear apart the announce table. Just because, why not? It's there. And then they end up retreating like General Lee back up the ramp and setting up for one-on-one on Sunday. Lesnar versus Big Show. What the hell? That's pretty awesome to me.
Dum, dum, dum.
I don't know. I love this program just because Lesnar looks genuinely pissed every single time Big Show manhandles him.
Right.
His
Or just in
eyes get
general.
all red.
He
And
looks pissed all the
All the
time.
time.
I want to see this feud, and this is why. It's a true story. So Big Show comes in, and I don't know why, but he brought a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts.
I like this already.
Dozen Krispy into the locker room, and this is a true story. Into the locker room. This is when I was there, so this is a little while ago. So, and puts them down. And goes, "Hey guys, don't touch my donuts." Well, you tell a bunch of wrestlers. I guess this is why Big Show he left. Retired for a little bit, then came back.
Because they
And
took his donuts?
No.
Oh, right?
But he said that we're the only people in the world that actually treated him like a human being. Everywhere else, people were they're scared of him or too much respect or whatever.
Right.
We're the only ones that would mess with him all the time. So literally, he goes, "Guys, don't touch my donuts," and he walks out of the room. And I see Brock Lesnar look, and he kind of smiles, and he goes and takes one bite out of every single donut and put them back.
Awesome.
Just one bite. And so when Big Show comes back, he opens it up and you hear, "Ah!" and he's throwing stuff around. "Oh, man, I'm gonna kill him," whatever. Next thing you know, we see Big Show in the corner, and he's got a box of protein bars, and he ate them all. A box of protein bars.
Oh my
Which
god.
is no Krispy Kreme. I
Yeah,
tell you that right
so
now.
Brock did him a favor, actually.
Exactly. Funny,
I
right?
heard that each Krispy Kreme has the same amount of calories or the same amount of fat or something as 10 pieces of bacon.
Don't ruin it,
No
Kathy.
way. You know what? Can you
Yeah.
imagine if I put bacon on top of a Krispy Kreme?
That would be
Yeah.
delicious.
I can imagine
That'd be
That
so
would be
good.
delicious.
I bet you
Oh my
Krispy Kreme
gosh.
probably has bacon donuts
I
in the
want to do it.
drive-thru.
If they don't, Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
Bacon donuts.
Oh my gosh.
Restaurants have bacon cheeseburger Krispy Kreme patties.
What?
Yep.
I've made chocolate
America!
cupcakes before.
You made what?
Chocolate bacon cupcakes.
I'm coming to your house.
Yeah, she's a good
Really
baker.
good.
Bacon cupcakes.
Yeah,
Oh
dark
my
chocolate
God.
bacon cupcakes.
Kathy Cupcake Kelley.
Yeah, that's her moniker.
I've only had. You ever get like chicken Alfredo and put bacon in it?
Yes.
I thought you were going to say Krispy Kreme in it.
Yeah. Krispy Kreme Alfredo donut.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about that.
Do you ever have Krispy Kreme noodles? They're so good.
No, but that was good old Shane Helms that introduced me to that.
Okay. Hell of a nice guy.
Yeah. Ask him who gave him his name, Sugar Shane. That's me.
Okay.
Sugar Shane Helms.
Nice.
Oh my god! You know what's funny about that too? When he was a hurricane, it was stand back. There's a hurricane coming through.
Yep.
Jazz, for some reason, thought it was stay in the back. Stay in the back. Yeah. So anytime she'd see him, she'd be like, "Hurricane, stay in the back," and he's like, "What are you talking about? Like, why?" And she's like, your thing. Stay in the back. And he's like, no.
It's stand back.
Stand back. So recently I saw her at a show.
Wow.
She was like, you see Shane, right? I said, yeah. She's like, tell him I said stay in the back. And he flipped out when I told him.
That's hilarious.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's actually not even good advice for a real hurricane.
No.
That's not right all the way around.
Shouldn't it be find an underground shelter? There's a hurricane coming through.
Get under your desk. Yeah.
Is that how it is?
I don't think underground shelter for hurricanes because if there's flooding.
Yeah, you're thinking of a tornado.
you're just
Yeah.
You're just throwing out weather terms over there.
Yeah, you're right.
Just
I
get
think
away.
that's a tornado, isn't
Stick to
it?
wrestling, Johnny.
In a hurricane, just get away from water. That's what it is. That the main thing? No, that's a tidal wave. Damn it!
I don't know.
You can't know everything. It's fine.
There's a hurricane. Stand in the doorway, quick.
Put your arms out like this and say, "Come and get me." Isn't that what you do?
There's a
No,
lightning
you
storm.
Spider-Man the door.
Oh.
You Spider-Man the door.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That's how you're.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
totally true.
Jim Cantori from Weather Channel would punch me in the face right now, I think.
Take it easy, Peter Parker.
Next, we have a funny app segment between Wade Barrett, I should say Bad News Barrett, and AJ Lee. AJ's having a party for, her coronation of the longest-running Diva champ of all time. Bad News Barrett likes to give bad news to everybody. And he says, I've got some bad news. I don't want to do the English accent because it's just not.
Why not?
I've got some bad news.
I've got some bad news.
You
What is it?
know, I mean,
Okay.
I tried.
That was good.
That's pretty good.
Got some bad news. Tell me what it is.
that's good. That's Cockney right there.
The news is nobody likes you. And that's pretty much what he
I think
said.
that's
Yeah.
pretty true.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
Well, I don't know.
Sorry, what is it you said exactly?
What are we talking about?
I don't know what I was saying.
I have bad
pretty
news.
good.
I actually went to the restroom during the segment and missed the entire bit.
Well, what you missed was a cake going into Tamina's face because
Oh.
Josh Matthews has the speed of a mongoose and got out of the way.
Tamina,
gosh.
not like an AJ either. More.
Here's my question. They did not set up a...
No child.
Honey.
That's a good song.
I know.
It's such a catchy sample. It's like it's annoying
It's a
but catchy.
bad music
It's
video. though.
horrible. It's the worst song I've ever heard in my life. I am boycotting all Kanye West stuff because he's
Oh,
crazy.
sorry, Jesus.
Even his one good song, I'm getting rid of it. I refuse to play it.
Ooh. I did like the Seth Rogen, James Franco video too.
Well,
Yeah.
no, that's making fun of him. I like that.
I did,
like
yeah, of course.
You can get behind some making fun of Kanye.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. But yeah, they didn't mention a match. There's no match at Royal Rumble. I meant there has to be
Does there?
for the Divas Championship.
Does there, Johnny?
I don't know.
Does there have to be?
I think it's only fair to have a Divas match in Royal Rumble.
Well, I've said that before. But
Yeah.
I think they should like Bad News Barrett, like work at the DMV, giving you like bad news all the time, or like maybe the IRS.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Just some
Doctor's
company
office.
constantly giving you bad news. Yeah, doctor's office. Hey, I got some bad news.
Yeah.
You're dying.
I've got some bad news. It's malignant. Cavities or something.
yeah.
Some bad news.
Egg cavity.
It's vignette time.
I want Barrett.
Yeah.
I want this. I love Bad News Barrett, as you know.
You
but
can tell he enjoys it, I think.
I really want to get a feud going with somebody.
Yes.
Right.
Somebody.
Anybody.
Yeah, he's good.
I'm still enjoying these segments though.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Don't
For as
stop
long
the
as-
Don't
segment.
stop them.
Let it
no.
roll. And of course, speaking of divas, we saw Emma again in the audience tonight, so it makes you
Yay.
wonder
Everything.
who's adorable. It makes you wonder if, if we are going to have AJ versus maybe Naomi with Emma getting maybe she'll make a debut at the Rumble. That's a good time to do
That'd
it.
be awesome.
I would love to have her run out from the crowd at some point. Like we see a shot of her with a sign, and then suddenly she's...
And she starts dancing around the ring like AJ, perhaps, or something.
Yeah.
And honestly, I mean, that'd be funny in general. AJ and Emma, just that dynamic right there.
I think Sam Fines was the one who tweeted me tonight. He said, and I completely agree with this, they were kind of knocking the Emma dance on commentary tonight. Why would you do that when someone's just about to debut?
What were they saying? I missed it.
They were just saying, like, it's a weird dance and, like, why
But I think that's what makes it good. That's what's funny.
Well, I think part of it...
down at NXT, they always talk about, they're like, oh, she's so cute. She does the bubbles, and she does a really cute dance that everyone gets into. So it's positive.
You bring up a good point, but I think part of it is when you're doing color commentary, you're doing it live, and you don't want to have any dead air time, and sometimes you say something that you don't expect to say, and afterwards you're like, oh, I probably shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, you hear it on the mic from Vince McMahon. He's like, don't say that anymore.
Yeah.
Why you say that? Take that back. Say this.
It's scary.
You just buried him.
I'm sure that's pretty scary.
It is. I mean, when you don't, like, I mean, I'm just doing it on the indie scene, but like when I'm doing color commentary, I don't want to say anything wrong. And sometimes you flub a word, or like then like you get into the stutters, you get in your own brain, and then every now and then you throw a wrong fact out there. You're like, dah! You can't take it back. So it could have been one of those moments.
Can't reel it back. Can't
Rewind,
rewind.
Or maybe they just wanted to make fun of the dance. I don't know. Either way, I think Emma's going to be at the Rumble. That'd be pretty neat.
Yeah.
So
Definitely, especially with their styles too.
Yeah.
AJ style and hers. I mean.
And Naomi if she gets.
And Naomi.
Did you say AJ Styles?
I did.
Bam.
Oh, I miss AJ.
AJ Styles.
What's he now? He is a free agent as well, I believe.
So, yeah.
It was very confusing. He went to Ring of Honor, but then he came back and defended the title against Magnus because there was now two belts, and then I guess that's it.
Well, I think Chavo could speak to this. There's never really any strict contracts with TNA, is there? I mean, you know.
Well, you're under contract.
And Thea especially, yeah, exactly.
For sure. They're just like, you can't wrestle at, WWE, or really, they don't really want you wrestling on somebody else's TV. That's basically
just a non-compete clause.
Yeah, basically, they kind of really honor your 1099, your self-employment type thing, but in more ways than one. But it is what it is. They let AJ, there's undeniable his talent. The guy's super good, one of the best, I believe.
I used to buy the DVDs just for AJ back when he started.
He's so good. So, I mean, anybody would be lucky just to have him.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's ever a way. I mean, he's kind of like, not to compare him, but Sting has never worked for WWE. Right. Neither has AJ. It makes you wonder if. Now, Sting's time is closing.
There are rumors.
But AJ's got a lot of time left.
Sting is going to WWE, I thought.
Yeah.
Who knows?
A lot of rumors.
Not to get too off subject, but I do feel like I always wanted AJ to come over to WWE just because. I would love to have him there, but I also worry that they would not use him as well.
There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee. I mean, really, there's, you come in and you could be a great wrestler, and if they, it goes back to Vince McMahon. If he doesn't see it, he doesn't see it.
Yeah.
He didn't see it in CM Punk for a long time. They almost fired him.
Yeah.
Tommy Dreamer had to convince. Yeah, Mamba
That's your
Tommy.
boy.
Yeah, he had to convince
Wrestling Dad
them to keep him. And then when CM Punk started doing all this. The contract thing, and all when he changed wrestling, whatever, they're asking me, what do you think about that? Like in different interviews, I'm like, well, he was already good.
Yeah.
They just gave him the chance.
Yeah.
He was already really, really good. I was already in the ring with him and stuff, and now all of a sudden they're saying this new era. They just changed. They gave him a chance. They let him run with it, and he ran. He did.
Same with Daniel Bryan, really.
Same thing, exactly.
And I would think that if AJ did come over, I would think he would get, and obviously not the reaction Daniel Bryan's getting, but I think people respect him enough to where they
Daniel Bryan didn't get that reaction at first.
Right.
He was just out there wrestling until, really it was just kind of out there, kind of doing, like a squash match here and there, getting beat and stuff. And then, I mean, shit, I think I beat him. I think I did with the Sin Cara thing, and he was just kind of like a filler, and then there was undeniable his talent, and they just found a place for him.
Yeah, it wasn't until that Sheamus until he lost to Sheamus in 18 seconds. That's when the crowd
right. Yeah,
really started to
Same
respond
thing.
to him.
Absolutely.
Because
That's a
he's
good
not like the
point.
normal prototype of what a WWE superstar would look like.
No.
John Cena, Batista.
Yeah.
No, so that's very
Which is
interesting.
awesome. I love it.
Yeah,
Don't
I mean,
let you forget that.
nowadays, that's one good thing we could say about the power of social media is the fact that you can, you look at Booker T's company, Reality Wrestling, they partner with a local TV station. Now, all Booker T's school is going to be on TV. And so it's like, you can see guys that are different sizes, different talents, different ethnicity, like from where all over, and they're going to have more of a shot than back in the day when,
It shouldn't be. Back in the day, it was if you weren't 6'5", 300 pounds, and I mean, there was no chance.
which I think is part of the reason why guys live so dangerously.
Yeah,
And unfortunately.
for sure. Totally. But it just goes to show it doesn't matter your size, Rey Mysterio. If you can draw, you can draw. If you can put butts in, they say asses in the seats, then you can.
Yeah, I mean, you look at you and Eddie were never the biggest guys.
No,
and
no, never. I mean, our whole family, our whole Guerrero family, we made it. We were short brown guys. We made it into big white guys business. You know, I mean, for years and years and years, and we all made it and been in it.
And respected.
Well, thank you. So, it goes to show you that the cream always rises to the top. Whatever size, shape, form, male, female, gender, it doesn't matter. If you're good, you're good.
Eventually, it's going to happen.
Eventually, yeah. Hopefully, they see it. And if you don't make it in WWE, doesn't mean that you didn't make it, because that just they didn't see it. You can make it other places.
Absolutely. So yeah, we have that Divas match tonight. Obviously, Naomi with the roll up. AJ has a fit. So I don't know. I think something's going to get announced for the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I mean, it's something. AJ, her only involvement in this match was that she skipped around the ring and then got rolled up, which she's going to be pissed about that for sure. So I'd like to see that. Whether it culminates in time for the Rumble, I just don't know about that. Maybe we get a segment at the Rumble that's with the Divas, but I am very interested to see where they go with it.
I think something's going to happen with her and Tamina.
Oh,
yeah.
That would be such a great...
I think even though tonight was the first time where it seemed like there was so much tension, I think they've been setting up for that for a while.
That's good. I mean, everybody loves the David versus Goliath matches. I mean, even with me, that's always what they go for.
Yeah.
So
except this is one match where people would be rooting for Goliath. So,
that's true. That's true.
Which would be very interesting. Next, Usos. Anytime they're in the ring, it's just worth watching times 10. Taking on Harper and Rowan. You have two different families battling it out. Harper and Rowan in control for most of it. But mid-match, Daniel Bryan decides to... actually, I'm sorry. Bray Wyatt gets on the mic in the middle of the match and just says that Daniel Bryan's entering a meat grinder and he's the Reaper. And then sits back down. Yeah. The match continues. Then eventually Daniel Bryan attacks from behind, causes a distraction, and then the Usos get the roll-up for the win. And as they go up the ramps, Daniel Bryan gets one up on Bray Wyatt prior to the Rumble.
There were some stiff shots in this match, both from Harper and Rowan, and then even returned by the Usos. I thought that was pretty nice to see. Like, I don't know, some hard hitting.
Usos are from that big Samoan family, man, and if you know anything about this family, you don't mess with Samoans.
Oh,
they will eat you.
I ain't gonna do it. So
Yeah,
it's fine.
They will eat
right. They'll eat you. I'm not kidding. They're good, but tough guys.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Tough guys.
Speaking of which, like, way back when I started bringing my youngest brother to wrestling events, we went to Raw, and my brother made an Umaga ate my sign, and with a little like bite mark on the side.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cute, and I was
That
like, "Wow, you're only 9." That's great. So
pretty smart.
I know, right?
How old is he now?
He's
13 now.
It's probably right next to my Chavo mowed my lawn sign. I keep thinking that's my girl Liz Pena, because she's the Uchavo girl. She actually lives here in L.A., but she worked for WWE for a long time, and when they made that song for me, she was the Uchavo girl.
But she worked behind the scenes, obviously.
She did, yeah, for a long time.
We
but
actually have her in the booth right now.
Yeah, she's doing that.
Come on out, Liz.
If you look at her Twitter, it actually says voice of WWE Chavo Guerrero's entrance.
That's awesome.
So cool.
She's the Chavo girl, really.
That's awesome.
For
sexy,
real. She's
sexy
awesome.
voice.
Yeah, she's hot.
Johnny needs a date.
She's bad.
She meant that when she said it.
Right.
Yeah.
You could hear it.
How
in her
many
voice.
takes was that? Like, just make me believe it more. Fine.
Just one.
Really?
That is fantastic. I would imagine both Usos are going to be in the Rumble along with the Real Americans, but they haven't made that announcement yet. So we still have many more spots to fill. Moving on, Kofi takes on Orton in a rematch from last week. And as you mentioned before, Kofi just one of the best in the ring, just very athletic. And obviously Orton can bring it as well, but John Cena just disqualifies Kofi Kingston. You knew he was going to come at some point. You see him walking in the Cena cam, and the way Raw ended was really cool, actually. They go up the ramp. Like, the outside, Cena throws him over the barricade. They end up walking all the way up through the fans, through the stands, everything, out into the hallway, and then Cena chases Orton outside into the snow. And Orton hops in an SUV and bounces.
That's why they were like, he commandeered a car. We're like, from the passenger side?
Yeah.
The driver opened it willingly. That's not
Right.
commandeering a... Well, how many action movies have you watched?
It just happened to be there, right?
Well,
it was on.
He had to pull over to text because it was a safe driver.
Hey, smart.
And then
He was waiting to pick up, somebody who was at the show and just chilling out there.
There you go.
It makes
totally
you wonder
feasible.
if they're going to talk about this on SmackDown, like, who was in the car?
Or what happened.
It's
in
Rikishi.
the car.
Yeah.
It was Rikishi.
I did like this bit. It was pretty cool just to see. I like it when they take things out of the ring and go into the arena.
That was cool.
Especially
It
as the
felt
fans.
real, yeah. And then all the fans who had those seats that were way up there.
Yeah.
Oh, they got their money's worth.
So excited.
And then Cena came back
They
talking.
do get excited about that.
Oh my
They definitely
gosh,
get excited.
yeah.
I've done different things, no DQ match or falls count anywhere matches or all over the arena, and they get crazy because you're by them. They're tapping you. I mean, it's hard because you when you're out there by the fence, you got to lay in your shots bad. You got to really, because you're so close to them. There's no pro wrestling punches. You got to, man.
Right.
It's like I tell the guys, if I were out there, just hit me hard.
Jesus.
Really hard. So. But you have to, because you're right there next to them. They can see it, and then they're tapping you, and they kind of they get all into it, which is
That's
cool.
so cool.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, you saw Cena coming back, talking to the fans and everything, and there were a bunch of little kids on it, because luckily the adults let the kids go on each end of the aisle, and you could tell that made... I mean, we remember when we were kids,
Right.
one of my earliest memories is a wrestling memory, and so it's like these kids got to... That's making a huge... life memory for them.
I geek out still. I don't know about this kid business.
Exactly.
I get pretty excited.
WrestleMania this year, Dale's hoping to be near a railing. Just, come on!
It wasn't Paul Heyman talking to him for an hour. It was him
Talking
to Paul Heyman for an hour.
Yeah, you asked Paul Heyman this story. He's like, "Yeah, man, this one guy. Man, I think I lost a year of my life."
I kept backing away. He kept coming forward.
We were talking, and Dale just goes,
Dale's like, "I'm a Paul Heyman guy. I'm a Paul Heyman guy."
Nice.
It's like, I get it.
One thing about Dale, he's a good interviewer. He will not wait to ask any questions. He will jump right in.
oh, yeah.
I'm an eeger beaver when it comes to seeing
Best
people.
and all. Best and all.
Yeah, at the
I get excited,
SummerSlam
Johnny.
party, you were on point talking to people. Just everyone and anyone. He would just walk
Alex
up.
Riley.
Yeah.
Eva.
Just making BFFs with everyone.
Yeah.
BFFs.
You know?
That's what I do.
That is what you do.
Post it on Facebook.
Yep.
Oh, I have a photo collection. Don't think y'all are getting away from this photo opportunity either. By the way.
That's right. With Chavo's theme song playing in the background.
Boom.
But a fun way to end Raw. Yep, there it is. We never know when he's going to cut it off. That's the best
I
way.
know.
Let's wait. But a really fun way to end Raw. Jesus! Trying to do a show here, Steve. I'm afraid to.
That's
say
techie
anything, 'cause
humor
He's gonna
right there.
He's gonna hit the button again.
Is that Jesus? What's he doing?
It's actually Yeezus.
It's
By the way, we
Yeezus.
brought Kanye.
It's Liz.
Oh my God.
It's Liz.
Liz Pena,
Liz
stop
Pena.
acting up in there. So we are pretty much ready for the Rumble. Let's do our predictions for each match, and then we'll move on. Jesus! I forgot about that noise.
That was
Quite a gasp.
Man, if Liz did that on one take.
Where was that take
Hey,
taken?
whoa, hey, yo.
Where was that recording studio?
Yeah. What you don't hear afterwards is me going, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry."
I'll do better next time.
Yeah.
We can try again. Like
Give me 20 minutes. Give me 20 minutes.
Oh my God.
We've all been there.
And with that comment,
I swear. You're too hot. You're too hot.
Yep. Always
Don't
gotta,
touch it. Don't touch it.
gotta
Don't touch it.
overload the compliments. Always gotta overload the compliments.
oh, is that AC
You said just the tip.
Oh, wow.
God. Was
heck?
it that happened, or was she just DJ Scribbles in the?
Yeah.
Memories. Okay,
So
so I
let's-
hear there's a rumble.
Yeah, let's hit these predictions up real quick. Let's go down the matches. I will go to you two for your predictions, and then obviously if you guys want to predict, then I want to talk. I want to talk Chavo's stuff.
What now?
Oh,
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
didn't see that one coming.
No.
You haven't heard that before?
I have, but
It happens.
you know, I don't
go
expect
first,
X-Files
Dale.
music ever.
That's some tech stuff in here, man. That's great.
Oh
Pretty
yeah.
awesome studio. Anyways, New Age Outlaws versus Cody and Goldust tag team titles. Dale,
Oh right. I didn't even write that one down.
on the spot, brother.
Well, I would like to see. Honestly, the Rhodes brothers have had the titles for quite a bit. So I'd like to see a change up. Is this a change up? I guess the answer is, how long is DX signed up for this?
I heard that it's a while.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, rumors are. I
Kathy just
have
hitting them dirt sheets.
No, I've been tweeting.
She gets tweeted at quite a
significantly.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All day long.
She's on the
people
phone with
tweeting.
Meltzer.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't
Yeah.
doubt it actually. What you know, Kathy?
So I'm just gonna go with. I think that the New Age Outlaws are gonna take the titles.
Yeah.
Oh,
On the
okay.
pre-show?
On the pre-show.
Point taken,
Is
Thea.
it on the
Point
pre-show?
taken.
It's on the pre-show.
Oh.
But
So that's not my official prediction. But I'll decide
Officially,
on
it's
Friday.
unofficial.
it's unofficially official. But let's think about it, though, in the way that they do want to push, the WWE Network, and they want to have bigger things happen, and anyone can watch the pre-show. And this is kind of the last, next to last pre-show where before the network launches. So maybe they want to have bigger things happen that are online to show, like, hey, crazy stuff online. I
They
don't know.
have had titles change on the
Very,
pre-show
very
before.
good point.
Yeah.
So.
So I'm going with DX's. I mean, sorry, New Age Outlaws as well.
Okay. I'm gonna stick with Cody and Goldust. Thea.
I said Coldy.
Coley and
Goldust.
Goldust.
Cold dust.
I like Coldy. I'm going to stick with that.
Good old Cody.
And obviously, you know all four of these men incredibly well.
Yeah, beat them up.
Look at you.
I haven't. I would say the Rhodes would keep it.
All right.
Just because they're the hot tag team right now, and that's what I said. That's my prediction.
And New Age Outlaws, they could they could still be entertaining.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, they don't need the belts.
Exactly.
True.
Daniel Bryan versus Bray Wyatt. Dale.
Johnny, I'm gonna go Bryan.
Okay.
I think he needs to throw some more gas on this situation. I think it would be nice to have him win and make a play for the belt off of that. Maybe for Elimination Chamber.
Okay. Kathy.
I think Bray is gonna.
I think Bray in a dangerous way. Yeah, possibly.
He feels ashamed and embarrassed for what happened to him. So
That's true, and he did have that line this evening where he said, "Anything that happens from here on out is your fault."
Yep.
And we didn't really see any comeuppance from that this evening. So maybe you guys are right.
Possibly. Thea.
I'd say Bray.
Okay.
Same thing.
yeah.
Mr. Guerrero.
This is their first time wrestling, right? I mean,
Solo,
Really,
I think.
the start of the kind of the big feud type
Yes.
thing. I'm gonna say Bray, and only being because Daniel Bryan's kind of bulletproof right now. That you can beat him, and he's still going to be Daniel Bryan, especially if you do it with the other guys involved. And I think Bray, they're going to have some big plans for him.
Absolutely.
Become a big heel.
As they should.
Yeah.
Moving on. Big Show versus Brock Lesnar.
Lesnar, no question in my head.
Kath.
I don't know.
All right. You know what? Let us know by Sunday.
They've been manhandling him like crazy.
Yeah,
I just
Lesnar.
can't see it not being
I just
Lesnar
want it
coming
to
on
be
top.
show.
I think, he broke Henry's arm, and I think
Yeah.
it might continue.
Plus, he's been gone for a while. I mean, he took a little breather. He's back again. He said he wants to go for that belt. I don't know if we're building to Lesnar Batista
You
or
can't
some
lose the Big
similar-
Show and then still call yourself the #1 contender.
Exactly.
Thea?
Yeah, definitely Lesnar. Especially for that fact.
Absolutely.
I think definitely Lesnar, because I don't think in his contract he's got a certain amount of dates for sure, and he's got a little creative control there a little bit. So I would think that he would retain and maybe do something with the UFC again.
And Show will not get their revenge on those donuts.
I say Lesnar too.
Sorry. Oh,
Good job,
now you
Kath.
say Lesnar
Yeah.
too. Great.
Yeah.
Wonderful
But she
job.
wants Big Show to win, so that means
course.
something too.
All right, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, Randy Orton versus John Cena. Dale?
I am going to. I'm really torn.
Kathy?
I'm going to say I want to say Cena.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then say it. If it feels good, just say it.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Cena.
I'm going to say Randy Orton retains. Dale?
I guess I go with Cena.
Okay.
You guess you.
I hate to disagree with Kathy.
You guys did color coordinate. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on an island by myself over here, so.
Well, you got some Joker colors going there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Or
purple and
Barney.
green.
Accidental joke.
Or
Barney, I have no green. She's talking about the color combo.
What?
purple and green. The Joker.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I know.
No.
I got it.
Don't hate Kathy. It's so ugly on you.
Nobody thinks you're a dinosaur, Dale. All right. Thea?
Thank you.
I would say Randy Orton.
All righty. Chavo.
Randy Orton, because if he's going to do something with Batista, there's got to be a reason for it. And
Very good point.
Batista had that promo talking about his belts, saying that's why he's back.
Mm-hmm.
See?
And it is interesting now that we no longer have, you can't go after 2 of the major titles because now it's been unified. So there really is technically only one main event. And in the last number of years, you can really argue, well, what's the main event?
Right.
And obviously, anytime Taker gets involved, you got to put that there too.
That's main event, yeah, for sure.
But now there's just one title, so there really is technically one main event. So whoever does win the Rumble.
It looks like a lot of people in chat roll are saying Cena via DQ is their prediction.
Yeah, but then that I didn't play that put that into play, but
yeah.
If you can say DQ all you want, but then whoever retains the belt, if Randy Orton is still he's the champ, he may lose via DQ and on paper, but really he won.
Then
For
of course
our
Lesnar.
predictions title that we have at AfterBuzz, we have to say.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Then of course with Lesnar, maybe we get involved with the triple threat for the No Way Out or whatever pay-per-view's next. Am I way old by saying No Way Out? Is that still Elimination
Chamber? Yeah.
How many years ago was No Way Out? I don't know.
It's been a minute,
No
Johnny.
mercy.
I get confused. I get
Halloween Havoc.
When's Halloween Havoc coming up?
Yeah.
All right, now winner of the Royal Rumble. I don't know if you have a winner of the Royal Rumble. If anyone does,
Batista.
Batista or Punk is my pick.
I like
that would be awesome.
You nailed it that time, Steven. I think Punk or Batista.
Okay,
it's got to be one of the 2.
Kathy agrees. I'm gonna say, I'm going dark horse. I'm gonna say Roman Reigns. I know I'm wrong, but why not?
Oh.
If we don't get a triple threat out of the Shield before somebody goes to wrestle for a belt like that, I'll be really upset.
Mm-hmm. I'll put Roman in the Final 4 at least, but just to be
like I said, I think he'll have a good Kane type run where he knocks out 8 to 10 guys and is a beast, but I don't think he's going to win it.
Thea.
I think Dale, you're pretty smart. You know what you're talking about.
He really does.
I think so. He does.
He does.
He's good.
Gosh, thanks.
I like keeping it. I keep it as kayfabe as I can. So
He's blushing.
Aww.
Thea, what are your predictions?
Batista.
Boom.
I'd say Batista for sure.
I don't say Batista just because I don't think he signed for all that long.
Oh.
To be honest, I think that what are the rumors going on?
Kathy?
I don't know.
He didn't sign a 3-year deal or anything like that, right?
They haven't.
I don't think they've said anything.
I haven't heard anything official, but I mean, if I was guessing, I would say he's back long enough to do a cool run up until he's got to promote
his movie
Guardians of the Galaxy coming up. I mean, that's in August, so we might have him till SummerSlam. But,
Right. Definitely through WrestleMania for sure. So I don't, I just think if somebody's like when Lesnar came back, he didn't win, he didn't beat John Cena, he didn't do that kind of stuff. So and was still a valid wrestler. He was still somebody who just still meant something and could beat anybody. So. I don't even know who is in the Royal Rumble. They haven't even announced it.
They haven't announced
17
half of it
people.
yet.
Yeah. Not too much of it.
Punk. Big Show.
Punk,
I
Harper,
say
Rowan.
Jake the Snake Roberts.
Oh, man.
He's going to come back.
How amazing was that to see?
That was cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to see him back.
Do you think that's a viable thing? Like I've kind of dreamed that would be a thing, but you think he would hop in for a minute?
Sure, absolutely.
That'd be pretty
he
awesome.
could. They always have some kind of surprise out there, right?
Yeah.
Roddy Piper's come in and done it with or which Beth Phoenix, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Kali was great.
Yeah, they always have some surprise, some cool thing. So. That'd be awesome.
And he says DDP's gotten him back into his wrestling weight.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Ultimate Warrior could be another viable surprise.
My God, there's no way in hell.
He would never let it. He'd want to win.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well.
He'd want to win. Yeah.
He's already got.
And he'd want to eliminate 29 people.
Exactly. Exactly. Including me, and I'm not even in it.
And he would want $1 million. Very cool. Now let's talk about what you have going on, Chavo. Brand new movie that is in post-production. You have a couple more in development right now.
Yes. I just finished a movie called Fight to the Finish, where I play it's an MMA movie, and I play a crooked trainer.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's in post-production right now, but...
Do you lie, cheat, and steal?
Always.
I'm going to see it.
Always. I'm Mexican, of course I do. No. You know what? I got 3 movies in the works right now, TV series, and comic book. There's a bunch of things going on right now.
Dang,
Keeping really busy.
You're multi-hyphenate.
Yeah, really just kind of really, trying to rep that Latino market,
Absolutely.
Yeah. So also a new company that I'm working with called Tweet Secret.
Yeah, tell me about, because you mentioned it. I'm kind of confused as to what exactly it is.
Okay, this is it. This, as celebrities, we all messed up. This is what we did. We started giving away free stuff on social media, Twitter, Facebook, so that we got more followers. So we gave them more free stuff,
like physical
free
products.
pictures and free and just there's no way to deliver really, really good content. So Tweet Secret made this basically an app, and it's getting ready to launch. Hasn't launched yet. It's getting ready to launch probably in about a month, and it's going to come out with a bunch of different celebrities. It's making like a VIP channel, almost like a Netflix channel, almost, you want to call it that, for your hardcore followers.
It's kind of like a fan club.
It's basically you can call it that. But it's just something. It's a way to deliver great content just for your real, special content for your special people.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the WWE Network in a way. I mean, you pay for it and then you get all this content.
Right. Actually, yeah. A little different, but it's an app. It's delivered phone to phone. So you get it onto your iPhone, or your Android or whatever it is. And I have this little lady next to me involved in it also. Yeah.
Tweeting out those photo shoot photos.
Yeah, totally. And video, video content, and there's a whole bunch. To me, it really is. I got involved with it because it's a game changer. It really is going to. Social media is always changing, anyways. It's constantly changing. So what worked 5 years ago is not going to work now, and what works now is not going to work in 5 years. So this thing, I think, is gonna evolve social media.
Awesome.
Yeah. So keep a look at Tweet Secret.
I imagine they probably have a Twitter account already, Tweet Secret, just to give updates and stuff like that. Now with Fight to the Finish, I know you've been working with Rampage Jackson a lot as well.
Yeah, me and Rampage are doing a lot of stuff together, and we kind of started. We've known each other for a while, and we live about 2 blocks from each other. Our kids were on the same football team. But,
Jesus.
Yeah. So just now,
the most athletic kids on the team.
Yeah, right.
God almighty.
Yeah, right. We couldn't catch the ball, but we would knock you out. The kids would knock them out.
15 personal foul penalties every game.
Yeah, totally. But we started working together, and we kind of have got a little partnership together to where we're doing. These movies are really including both of us, and it's kind of like a team to where he's hitting his market, his African American market, and he's got a big white following also, Caucasian following, and I got that the Hispanic following, so we're kind of hitting everybody, and it's been really cool. He's a great guy, and we have really good. We make beautiful music together. Yeah, but we just we just go out and have a lot of fun, and he's a funny guy, and I'm okay.
And as an actor, I'm sure he learned a lot from the A-Team. I mean, being with a cast like that.
Yeah, for sure. He's still really good friends with a lot of those guys, and he still talks to Liam Neeson and stuff. And
Jesus.
Yeah, it's kind of cool, right? You learn from him.
It's a unique set of skills he has.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so that's it. And we got a couple other projects that are in the works that I can't mention too much right now because they're still there. But within the next few weeks, definitely. There'll be a lot more stuff coming on, and you just follow me on Twitter at MEXWarrior, MEX Warrior, and you'll know all about it.
And with Fight to the Finish being an MMA movie, I imagine there are probably some notable athletes that are in.
Oh yeah, we got some MMA fighters in there. Yeah, right. Yep, sure. Rampage is not in that.
Okay.
But just a bunch of different projects going on right now. And that's kind of the reason why I left TNA, and just. There's so many things.
On your own terms, I know you left. And
right, yeah. You know what? It was really mutual. We were both going in different directions, and it just worked out we left on good terms, no hard feelings, and not saying that we can't work with each other in the future and stuff, so I wish them the best for sure. And there's so much. Every time I was going to work, I was almost like I was almost losing money because of all the stuff that I have going on right now, that I have to be here in LA, just constantly hitting, you know. It's not gonna, that money's not gonna make itself, you know.
Right.
you gotta chase it, you know.
Wish it would.
Yeah, right. You just gotta chase it. So that's it, man. That's what's going on with me, and it's kind of really, you know, I'm really looking forward to the future.
Sweet. Now LA is home now.
LA, Orange County. Orange
Okay.
County's home for me, and it's been home
Where
for
in
me.
Orange County?
I live in Mission Viejo, Laguna Beach
Oh
area.
man, that's a neighborhood, dude.
I grew up really in Huntington Beach, Fountain Valley.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've been here for, you know, since I was 5.
Oh man.
Gorgeous area though.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Walks to the
It's the
beach
best.
and the
Yeah.
hikes and everything.
Yeah,
The
it's
bubble.
the best. It's a total bubble.
People don't
Total
leave it for a reason.
My friends call it every time they come in, they call it the Twilight Zone. 'Cause everybody waves to them on the block, and it's like, everybody's waving at him, and he's like going,
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
Irvine is like Pleasant Valley Sunday. It's like it's all the same. It looks like someone just took like Christmas lights and threw them down, and that's like how the roads are everywhere.
It's like the Tower of Terror, you know, when everybody's waving at you, and all of a
I
sudden
was
you
gonna
fall.
say it's kind of like the like tropical version of the Stepford Wife movie.
Yeah, no, totally, you know. But it was
romance.
really cool, you know. It's just a good little place to, you know, raise a family and
Absolutely.
yeah.
They got Chick-fil-A down there, so it's fine by me.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A, yeah. But
Not on
but not on
Sundays.
Sundays, they
That's
don't.
right.
Not on
Not on
Sundays.
Sundays.
Not on
I wanted to
Sundays.
know, speaking of family, Raquel Diaz down at NXT.
Yeah, that's my niece.
Yeah,
That's Eddie's
so-
daughter, Eddie and Vicky's daughter.
Wow.
What are you thinking of her?
You know what? It was really cool to see her kind of, you know, follow the, you know, the footsteps of the family and stuff, and really the first girl to really get in the ring and wrestle. I mean, you know, Vicky's done a couple different things, and really the first girl really to pursue it, you know. So I wish her the best. It's a hard business. It's really hard, and I don't want to see her get, you know, eaten up by it. I'm a real protective, you know, protective
Right.
uncle, you know. So
Have you given her advice?
She's technically my cousin.
Yeah.
If you really think about it, but you know, I'm kind of like her uncle because me and Eddie were 3 years difference, and he's like my big brother. Absolutely have given her advice, and you know, I'm always here for her. You know, I don't want to coddle her because, you know, she needs to do it. You know, she really does. But she called me any time of the day, any time, any place, I'd be there for her. You know, for sure. So I just want to see her succeed.
Yeah.
You know, she's got that Guerrero blood in her, and people tell me that she's really, really good.
Mm-hmm. Do you know of any other developmental talent that you think is gonna go
You know,
really far?
it's hard. You know, it's hard to pick the developmental talent because the people who, you know, excel real fast sometimes level off, and
Sure.
people that are kind of strive slow starts kind of, you know, they take off. So it's a hard business to pick the winner. You know,
Yeah.
I use John Cena a lot because when John Cena first came out, he was just this good, you know, good-looking guy, great body that wore, you know, trunks and boots. And one time, this is a true story, we were in South Africa and we heard him battle rap. He started rapping, and he started rapping with somebody, and it was awesome. It was just, I mean, he went 5 minutes just talking about things around the room, and we're like, oh my gosh, where did that come from? He's like, well, you know, I do that in competitions and stuff sometimes. So we're like, you know, Tommy Dreamer heard it,
Of
and then
course he
Tommy took it to Shane McMahon, and Shane McMahon heard it, and Shane McMahon took it to Vince McMahon, and then right away, next thing you know, he's a rapper on TV. You remember how John Cena started, right?
Yeah.
And he'd already been with us for 6 months or so, you know, and just slowly but surely, he just became this big, you know, John Cena, the superstar.
I think if I recall, the first time he did it on TV was at like a SmackDown Christmas party where he walked up to Stephanie.
Yep.
And did some kind of
something like that, yeah. Right. Remember, he used to wear a chain and, you know, Word Life and all that kind of thugonomics, all that kind of stuff, right?
People still.
I really liked it. It was very unique to the wrestling.
Yeah, totally unique, and really, you know, you can say what you will about John, you know, and I have, but you know, really, the guy is awesome. The guy, he's a real good, you know, great ambassador for WWE and for, you know, Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Yeah.
The guy, you know, works his butt off and really gives back to the fans like crazy, you know. So the guy's, you know, he's a classy guy.
It's a good example that you never know what's going to.
You never know what's going to hit.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, regardless of what you're in, whether it's wrestling or any kind of industry, you don't know whatever you think might break you isn't necessarily what's going to be.
Yep.
Right,
You know?
right. There's countless stories of people. They think they're going to be the next big thing, and then they're gone.
Yeah.
You know, and vice versa. Like, oh, this guy, we'll see. And next thing you know, like CM Punk.
Daniel Bryan, too.
Daniel
Yeah.
Bryan, you know, he's a big, you know, big part of the company. That they would have never guessed it. It just evolved that way. You know, the fans really have a big say in it. If the fans like you, Eddie Eddie Guerrero, he was, my uncle. He was told that he was a great performer. Was always really, really good. But he was told, hey, you're a cruiserweight. You'll always be a cruiserweight. And then when he left and got clean and sober, and when he came back, the fans just related with him so much, and it was undeniable. They had to use him. They had to push him, and he became, to who he was.
When he won the title, that was such a special
unbelievable,
moment.
Right?
Yeah.
People still, people, when he passed, I would be walking in the airport, and people would stop and look at me and hug me. And they'd give me a hug and I remember a TSA agent one time looked at my ID and looked up and looked at me. He didn't say anything. He just grabbed me and hugged me, and he's like, "Man, I'm sorry for that." I was like, it was crazy. It just because the touch that he had on people, And still to this day, I wrestle. They still chant Eddie. They still chant. If I go up for Frog Splash that I put up top, they chant Eddie. They don't do that for other people.
Yeah.
And he's watching too. It's just
he just really touched everybody.
He left way too young.
For sure.
But he certainly left an impact.
For sure, absolutely.
A lasting impact for sure.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, if you want to keep up with Chavo, obviously follow him at Mex Warrior, because pretty much everything stems from the Twitter.
Yeah, everything's kind of linked. My Instagram, Facebook, it's all kind of linked to that, and it's really easy to just get a quick tweet out there, and you know what's going on with me.
Sounds good. And Thea, of course, Army of the Damned everywhere now.
Right.
At Thea Trinidad TMT.
That's me.
I'm going to burn it in about 15 minutes.
Dale Rutledge!
Well, you can find me at The Walking Dale. Also, Johnny and I are starting a show. We're going to premiere on Wednesday on the Nerdist Network. It's called The Wrestling Compadres. We'll actually have Thea as one of our first guests, and Booker T.
Yep.
Nice.
It's going to be very fun. Cathy?
You can find me on Twitter at Cathy Kelley. And then check out, I did a bunch of red carpet interviews with a lot of NBC talent. That'll be on AfterBuzz's YouTube page.
Seth Meyers interviews her.
Yeah.
Take that.
That's right.
I feel like I'm at the Golden Globes right now. The music's starting. Hurry up, wrap it up, wrap it up.
Stop the speech! You can find me at jquasto, as always, jlocomedy.com for any shows I have coming up. And of course, me and Dale, it's been a lot of work in the process, but the show's coming out on Nerdist. We are very excited to be a part of the Nerdist Network. As you know, that network's awesome. So thank you very much for watching the show. As always, you can follow our, every week. Just tweet us. We want interaction. That's what we want. And thank you guys for being here.
Thanks for having us, man.
An incredible show. With that said, enjoy the Royal Rumble, guys. We will see you next Monday night.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.